Hey, so today's video is going to be like an informational type of video. I want to inform you that the Wella toners, some of the names have changed, so there's no more white lady and no more silver lady. Very, very important for those of you who go looking through blogs and you see that they're recommending the white lady and you have no idea what it is when you get into the store. Now, I did a video like 3 weeks ago and I showed you the new packaging and everything. I showed you that it went from white to yellow to baby blue and white, and I had no idea that the name had changed. I noticed only because I got this pamphlet along with the swatches, and I happened to look in here just to browse through it. If you see pamphlets like this, be nosy, open them up. They might come in handy with you. If you can get like a real deal swatch book. This one actually had the swatches in here, so it came in. It comes in handy if you're interested in like different hair colors. Now over here off in the corner, it had the name changes right here. So this came in handy for me because I had no idea that the T10 White Lady is no longer White Lady. It is now called Lightest Ash Blonde. So some of them did change, and some of the colors did get discontinued, and they have some that are just a whole like different. I don't know. I guess the actual hair color results are similar but not exact matches. So I don't know. You would have to like look through this pamphlet. The toners are the same and the formula is the same. So basically this is what I'm showing you because a lot of people like to come through my videos and learn about the toners, hair color, bleach, and white hair. So let me show you. This is my book. I've showed it to you guys before, but I don't think I've ever showed the toners. Now my book is very discontinued and outdated because the names are all wrong. So I want to show you. I want to match up the names so that you guys have a better understanding on the swatches. This is my favorite one right here, the T10. This is a very popular one. I highly recommend it if you're trying to go white. So I'm going to come in here and try to focus it, see if the lighting is right. So the ones that did change, I'll tell you, the T10 is the one that I had my experience with, the Ivory Lady. So the Ivory Lady is now called, let me get it right here. The T10 Ivory Lady, the very top one, is now called Pale Blonde. The T28 stayed the same, and this is the Silver Platinum family. So up here is the Ash family. The top one, the T18, the very popular White Lady, is now called Lightest Ash Blonde. The T14, another popular one, Silver Lady. This is the one you use if you have a little bit orange in your hair and you need to tone it out. This one is now called Pale Ash Blonde. So as if you could see, when I do it like this, the Silver Lady, it looks exactly the way it is. I guess I'll just leave it in this light because that's exactly what the swatch looks like, gray. So then down here, if I do it like this, let's see if I can get the light right. These are warmer blondes. These are beige toners. So the T15 stayed the same. This is, I want to say, Baroness Beige. T11 Royal Blonde is now called the Lightest Beige Blonde. The T27 stayed the same, and the T35 Imperial Blonde, the last one, is now called Beige Blonde. So this is what the swatches look like. See if I can, here we go, if I can get better light. So there's all the swatches right here. See, silver, it's exactly how it looks. The T18 is completely white, my favorite. The T28 is, it's a pretty blonde. It's not white. And then this top one right here is the one that I use. I really see it's a warmer blonde. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, that's very important that you guys know that the names have changed. If you're seeing people that are recommending the White Lady, the T18, it is now called Lightest Ash Blonde. They're really hard to get used to. I mean, White Lady and Silver Lady have been around for a really long time and they're very popular. Now, let me tell you what the last package that I had with the T10 was still the older package. So this is why I didn't even notice it changed. It had still said Ivory Lady, now called Pale Blonde. Now, in my case, my experience with the T10 was so-so. It was really tricky and hard to work with. Now, I bleached my roots with the 30 developer like I always do. I have really dark hair. And I lightened them all the way past the sunshine, so it's like between, there's no gold in it at all, but it wasn't pale yellow. It was still it just had a little hint of yellow in it. So maybe like a lighter sunshine, not extremely bright yellow. I applied the T10 with a 20 developer and I left it for about 15 minutes, only on the roots, and sometimes I do brush it through right in here because when my hair is growing out, like this area right here starts to get brassy. So I did pull it through. And then after I washed it out, when your hair is wet, the roots or the hair is always going to look dark. So, be patient and dry it out. I felt like it looked good, like it blended. It was a little bit warmer. I always try to do like a warmer blonde because sometimes I feel like my hair is too white. So then I came out into the garage, and it just depends on under certain light. I felt like it was extremely warm still. Like I felt like I needed to tone it. So if you are someone who wants to go blonde but doesn't want to go white or as light as my hair, the T10 I highly recommend because it's a warmer blonde. It's not so white. So what I did was I just went back and I applied it with I think the next day I applied it with the T18 with a 10 developer, and I left it in for about 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. Now, I definitely corrected it out. I mean, it just corrected it. It didn't lighten it anymore. As you can see, this is how the hair looks now. It's totally blended out. If I were to apply the T10 throughout my whole hair, then it would have looked exactly one whole even color. But because the roots were, I mean, even to the naked eye, to you guys or anybody who were to see me out in the street, they probably would think that it looks all one color. But because I get all up in the mirror, I could tell that it was just a little bit darker. So I had to fix it. I mean, the first time that I used the T10 was about 2 months ago. I already used a whole bottle because I used it the first time, and then the first time I didn't even like it as well. I felt like it looked too dark. The first time was really, really dark. I had to completely scrub my roots and wash, get all the color out, the toner out, and then I went back still again with the T10, with the T18 with a 10 developer. The T18 always saves me. So if you use the T10 on your roots and it's still too yellowy, you can, wait a day or two and then go ahead and apply the T18. This is only if you feel like your hair can take another chemical process. So I recommend it if you're going for like a warmer blonde and you don't want to use the T18 and have the problem of getting like lilac or purple hair. If this is you and you're having this problem, only leave the toner in for 5 minutes. You don't need to leave it in for 15 or 20. But people like me who have resistant hair leave it in for a little bit longer. I like to leave mine in between 10 to 15 minutes. All you have to do is just rub it and check to see if it's toned, and then when you're ready, you just, wash it out. So that was my experience with that. I'm probably not going to reach for the T10 again unless I'm planning on, doing my blonde a shade darker. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just wanted to get the toner name changes out there and, let you guys know how the T10 worked for me. It works so-so. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.